All right, guys, it is finally Friday of this week, and I am so happy. Starting a new project today, and then I'm getting out of here for the weekend and going up to Raleigh to see my family. I can't wait. Getting out of here for the weekend. I usually work a lot of weekends right now because that's how busy it's been, but I'm going to take the weekend off. Hope you guys are having a great week. So we're back out on a familiar job, getting started this morning. Everything is wet. We had a hell of a thunderstorm come through last night. Good night, man. My dog was losing his mind. I walked outside to look at it before it actually hit the house, and dude, I saw like Zeus level bolt of lightning come down right behind my place. It was like, I was like, all right, I'm walking back inside now. And then it just came down for like an hour. So everything's soaked, but I can't complain. At least it keeps the dust down. We're back out here on a familiar project. You guys have seen a ton of work out here. We got stuff to do all over the place, so I'm not gonna go walk around all the stuff because we got to go all over this property and do little things here and there. So I'll just kind of fill you guys in with what we're doing. We got one little project right here in the front. I'll show you guys that really quick, and then I got both machines out here, got them dropped off yesterday. So let's take a look at what we got really quick here in the front, show you what we're working with, and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, got both machines dropped off over here yesterday. Got Big Munch, got the TMC Kinsella TWF 180, and I got the Little Munch, got the TMC THI 75. It's got both of these. Most of this work's gonna be done with the Mini, but I do need the skid steer for a couple of things. We're gonna get started with the skid steer today to get this thing popping. You guys have seen me do a ton of work. I've mulched this stuff and around these ponds that he's got. I've been all over this property doing projects. So I mulched this out right here with the Mini a couple years ago, but he wants me to chew it up a little more right here in the front. We're gonna leave this little road through here. He wants me to leave that grass, but chew all this up and just clean it up through there and through there. Try to level it out as much as I can and just clean it up. So we'll get started with that with Big Munch really quick, and then we got to go in the back and do some underbrushing back there around a food plot. And then we got some more work to do around these ponds that I mowed about, I don't know, 6 weeks ago or so. We did the pond. So, all right, got Big Munch and Little Munch, got everything ready to go. And as always, if you guys love this TMC Kinsella equipment, you can always contact my friends over at CC Equipment. They are a full line dealer of all this awesome TMC Kinsella stuff. Skid steers, excavators, mini X's, full-size excavators, mini skids, PTO tractors. We pretty much have it all for anything that can run a mulcher. So check them out. Link and phone number in the description below, and you can use the promo code IDIGIT and they'll hook you up. So let's get this equipment warming up, and we'll go grind some stuff. Okay, got all that ground up about as best I could. Cleaned it up better than what it was. Take a lawnmower through that now, so that'll do. So we gotta get back in this thing and go all the way to the very back there and do a little underbrushing next to a food plot. So let's go take a look at that. All right, so next job is to basically underbrush this section from the edge of the food plot, which is right over there, to this pine tree right here, back to the edge of the field. So we're just gonna come through here and knock down all this little brush in between the pines and clean it up. Okay, that cleaned up nicely. Got all that cleaned up and mulched out, looking good. And that'll do nicely. So, yep. That will do nicely. So, got that cleaned up all the way back to the edge of the field, and nice little stand of pines. Wasn't nothing growing in there that's worth nothing. I mean, all this is just a bunch of scrubby crap, little live oaks and some China berry, a few gum trees, nothing, you know, a couple of small pines, nothing in there worth anything. You can actually come back in here, maybe plant some fruit trees or some nicer trees in here now. Maybe a couple red maples or some other decorative trees or fruit trees. I mean, it would look really nice in here. There's some pines, but I mean, you still got a good bit of sunlight up there. They're not crowded or anything. You'd still get good sunlight if you planted a few trees in here. So yeah, that looks nice. So all right, now we got to come back with the Mini and see all those little stakes out there. He's got some stumps out there in that food plot. They're all real small. I think they're small. He wants me to try to dig them up. So let's go get the Mini with the bucket and dig some stumps. Okay, well, that was kind of boring and tedious, but we got it done. Most of them were so rotten that they just almost came apart as soon as I hit them with the bucket. There was one that gave me a little bit of trouble, but that was about it. So I'm just gonna run back and get Big Munch. We'll run back through here and just explode those stumps really quick, grind them up. That'll take 2 minutes. And yeah, we got a lot more stuff to do. I got to put the mulcher back on this. We're done with the bucket. I got to put the mulcher on this, and then we got to go back around to where those ponds are and do some more work over there. So let's get that done. All right, so here's the next little project we got to do out here. And so I'm in the Mini, got Little Munch, and basically what the owner wants to do is, you see these cedar trees in here. He wants to save these cedar trees. So I'm gonna try to cut back these pine trees and some of this grapevine and muscadine stuff that's growing out right here, and try to open this up so we can hopefully save some of these cedar trees in here. And then get down to that corner right there. He wants all them pines down there at that corner taken out. We're gonna cut all that back on the other side of the pond dam, cut all that back to that corner. And then once I get to about right there, that's just all a bunch of trees, not much there I can mulch, but I'm gonna just shave that back, reach up and shave them limbs and stuff back to a tree stand that's right back there in that corner right over there somewhere. So that's what we got to do. So we're just gonna come through here and clean this up and hopefully open this up so these cedar trees can get some more sunlight and not get choked out. We'll cut back what we can without trying to get them, without harming them. So there's a few little ones in here. Hopefully I can save those too if I can see them. I mean, it's so junked up in here. I don't know, but we'll do what we can. So let's start munching. All right, that looks pretty good. Got all that cleaned up down through there. Got that line cleaned up. I didn't even know there was a little fruit tree in here. I tried not to mess it up too bad. But it's not a fruiting tree because he's got a pear tree over there that's got fruit on it. So I guess it's the pollinating tree. But I think we saved it. I don't see any major damage. We knocked one branch off, but I don't think that's going to kill it. But the pear tree's all the way over there. Like it's on the other side of that pond over there. So I don't know what. Maybe there was another one over here or something. I don't know. But we got all this cleaned up. Throw that over in there. Yep. So I had to bring the Mini down here real quick to drag those two trees out, but got them out, no problem. And so yeah, all this looks good. Got all that line cleaned up all the way around there, all the way down to that deer stand down there, and got all that looking beautiful. Man, this TMC right here, best finish in the business. I mean, you take a lawnmower through that now. I mean, look at the mulch. I mean, it's just beautiful landscape quality mulch. That's one of the things I love about this mulcher with these this liner in here with these counter cutters in here and in there. I don't know if you can see those in there, but that whole liner is just full of these counter cutters, and they just, when you back drag and that stuff goes through there, it's like going through a blender, and it just shreds it, and just leaves a beautiful finish, and does it very quickly, quicker than any other mulcher I've ever run. So that was awesome. So that turned out well. Definitely needed both machines in here to get this done. Kind of 50-50 on both of them. I wasn't planning on taking the skid steer through here, but after I kind of brought the Mini down through here and looked at it, I said, I thought it dropped off, but it didn't. And I was like, I think I can just walk the skid steer right down through there and take out those bigger trees, and that'd be a lot faster than going through there with the excavator. And that worked out like a charm. And then when I went through there, my plan was already just kind of cut those branches and knock down the bigger stuff and make them into a windrow as I went, and take the skid steer back through there and clean all that up. And that took less than 10 minutes to clean all that up. So that went perfect. So yeah, very nice. So all right, I'm gonna let the owner know. The owner out here, he's a super nice guy, but he's a little particular about things that he wants done, but sometimes his instructions are a little vague. So I'm gonna let him come out here and take a look at everything. I'm gonna call him right now, and then if I need to come back tomorrow and clean anything up and tidy anything up, take down anything else that he wants, we can do that. But yep, because DJ is, after tomorrow, Tuesday, I'll be on vacation. You guys might actually see this video after I come back from vacation, but I'll be on vacation.